Today we are going to start with sum, conditional sum and conditional count. In conditional count we had yesterday some issues, so we'll clarify that today. Pivot table, lookup. These are all the topics that we are planning to see today. Last class what we have seen is a conditional aggregation, right? That includes sum if, not sum if yes, set of conditions. Yes is for set of conditions. We have seen sum if, we have seen count if, simple count, and applying an if condition in our uh, formula. So we have seen all this. So today we will extend this. To start with, we'll do with the sum IFS, and then we'll go ahead with count IFS, understanding the count IFS, which we may not use it in our day-to-day transaction since we had a yesterday issue on that. So we'll continue and finish that off today. Pivot table, most important reporting feature, analysis feature, which you can use it for effective analysis. Lookup, we'll see that as well. If time permits, we'll also see grouping. A grouping I think we have already seen. Right. So we'll start with today's topic. Sum if set of conditions. I'll go to Excel sheet as usual. I'll start with say name amount. I have say A, B, C, D, E, F. These are all the names. Some amount I'll put it. I'll just put some amount. What I like to do is I'll change it to A here. I'll change it to maybe B here. What I like to do is I like to sum here. This is the simple sum that we know. Sum, bracket, range, copy the range. This we know. We have seen this already. I want to sum only the amount that belongs to A. I want to sum only the amount that belongs to A. That means sum all A. Right? So how to do the sum? As very simple, with this where we got it with if condition. Sum if, bracket, range, this is the range, right? So here this range will allow you to sum only this side of that is 140. If I put 140, all 140 are summed here. So two 140s are there. This we know now. Right? Now we are going with set of conditions. So sum with all A say. Sum all A. So sum if, yes, set of condition. So yes, I sum if yes, bracket, sum range. What is that you want to give the sum this? I like to sum this. This is what I have to give, sum range, followed by criteria range. Criteria range is this, and then criteria. Criteria is A. Right? So criteria is A here. This is simple criteria. Now what I did is I have summed up all A here. A is 140, A is 140. Right? Here if I give it as 150, you will have a better difference. So you can see here sum all 140. So here sum all 140, that is easy to do. Sum if B2 to B7, 140. That we have seen yesterday. Today we are just extending our condition sum all A. Left hand side I have a condition. For this, in this selection range, choose A, sum all A. So that is sum all A. Now I'll do sum all B. Very simple. Sum if yes bracket range which amount that you want to sum it up. I like to sum it up this range. Criteria range this here. Select this criteria range. In this apply the criteria. I say now B. Close your braces. These are all single set conditions. So we have just then did that. I want to now do sum all A and B. I like to sum all A and B. How to do that? So this is called multiple set I want to apply. As usual, sum if yes, set yes for set of condition bracket, sum range same as usual, criteria range choose the criteria followed by A here, then range to choose the criteria followed by B here. Now what I am trying to do is I am trying to update, right? I am trying to update now A and B, right? So it is giving me a value 0. A227, A, B7, sum if S, and criteria range A2 to A7, correct. B, this should total it up. So individual is working. It's not working. Oh, okay, I'll just take a help and see what is the issue over here. Sum if S, search. I'll try to see what he is saying. Interest paid 1 greater than equal to AK B4 to E4 greater than equal to. It's all same. It's all same. Greater than equal to is fine. It's a different range, so it has to take. Another small issues we are into. Sum if S in a particular sum range, the first argument. Sum if the copying the reading is in a function measure of parameters character. Ignored. Sum range 2 criteria. Text for example equal to 32, 32 or before, that is okay. Summarize cells and then contains true, evaluate one cell, it has 0. Contain false, so it says that there is a false. We'll see that. B, so individually it is working. Okay, so here I'm not sure what is the mistake I have, but there is a issue over here. So A2 to A7, ranges B2 to B7, that's perfect. So it should work. Anyway, I'll come back. It will consider both conditions, hence it will be 0. Somebody says it will consider both the conditions, hence it is 0. Right? So, but I'm not sure. I have to check on that because it should work. Because it's an independent condition as per him, but of course it is taking it as an AND. So it is trying to give both. That is what he is saying. Equal to, I cannot put greater than here. Okay, we'll come back to that. Exactly, it will consider as a both conditions. So it is adding as an AND operator. That is what one of the questionnaire is saying, but we have to check it up. I'll come back to that as it is, because that's of course count if it works in the same way. It will check both the condition. Here also if it is there, then how can I do the condition of B? I'll see that anyway. Fine. So when we are doing it as a condition sum, we have to use sum all and sum all A, sum all B. So this available option is available. You can use, in fact, if you want to parameterize it, you can parameterize it. So filter here, filter say A here, and if I put A here, I can use that filter over here as well. That is also allowed. So here I use now B1, right? B1, I put it over here, I get that 290 here. So if I change this to B, it will sum up to 60. If I change it to E, C 0. If I change it to D, 0. If I change it to E, 200. If I change it to F, you can see that it is 150. So I can even parameterize it. So I can put here the value and then parameterize that as well. I can give a reference, I can give a range, so I can do this too as well. So this is about some set of conditions, right? So here what we are seeing, it is today's topic. We started with sum if yes, conditional sum with set of condition, matching to a data. So if I like to do in this way, for example, let us take it like this. 10, value 10, value 20, value 30, value 40, value 50, value 60, right? Here I will say 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. Just we'll check now some set of conditions. Sum if yes, set of conditions, sum range is this, I want to total this for what? For this range which is greater than 20, right, followed by same range which is less than equal to 30. So greater than 20, greater than equal to 20, and less than equal to 30, I close this. Now you can see it is 500, of course. So it is working. So it is working, but it is not working with the alphabet. So it is working now. Between these two, 200 and 300, it is 500 now. It is showing sum between value between. So I give here now filter. First filter is say 20, second filter is say 30 here. Inclusive, both are inclusive. So I'll now, instead of this, I'll make it as concatenate 20. Then if I want to do two values, variable, I want to parameterize variables, I need to use concatenate 500. Change the value here between 10 and 60, all total. Between 10 and 60, it is now 2100. So it is 2100. You can see below, here the sum is already appearing here. So it is 2100. If I want to change it, now to 50, that means up to this, 10 and 50, right? It will change up to this, that is 1500. You can see below the total is appearing below in the total. So this is, so only what we have made a mistake is we are trying to do it with the alphabets here. So we are not able to put a condition. So both values has to match. So that is what it is finally. So some condition, set of condition is what we are trying to do now. Within this given range, this is my first range. Within this given range, I like to sum this total between the value over here. I want to sum between 20 and 40. That means these three values needs to be summed up. So between, I am applying it over here. So if I apply it over here, then what I am trying to do is I am using the set sum if yes. That is a set of condition. Sum if yes, then first the range that I like to total it up, that is this first range. So I am blocking this. This is my first range. This is what I am going to total it up. This is my total candidate, right? Then from where I need to apply the selection criteria, E3 to E8. So this is my E3 to E8. This is my selection criteria. Then what do you want to do selection? I am saying greater than equal to 10. So I am F1. So F1 is 10 here. So 10. And E3 to E8 less than equal to F2 here. So what if I want to sum multiple sum criteria? Then you have to apply multiple sum here like this. If I have one sum here, I assume that it is between 10 and 20. Assume it is between 10 and 20. Second, I want to do it between 40 and 50. This is my second sum. So I put it over here plus sum if yes. What do you want to sum? Same total followed by range. This is the range followed by greater than or equal to, since I am concatenating between 40 and 50, I am using ampersand followed by again range followed by my next value which is less than equal to, right? Again concatenate because I am using a variable, right? I concatenate these two. So 1200 I am getting. So first value, because you can see here between 40 and 50 this is 900. 100 to plus 200 is 300. 300 plus 900 1200. If I change this value between 10 and 30, then it is, then 40 to 60 it is 2100. That means it is all sum. So I can use multiple addition within that statement. So we don't have an issue over there. So these are all what we can see it in reality. So this is how it works. It is basically the sum acts as a between statement, kind of a between greater than equal to and less than equal to, greater than equal to and less than. So it is like a between these two conditions I want to take the sum. I can manage in this way. So this is about sum if, right? I will take it now to count if. I will take a, so count if is also in the same way. It is treating it as a AND statement. Yesterday we made a mistake over there on understanding. The same mistake we continued on sum also. So it is taking it as a this and this condition. Both has to match. If it is not matching, then it will make it as a 0. For example, if it is not matching means I put it here as 100, right? So 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. So you can see it is 0. The value is returned as 0. So because this value what you are put it on the filter, second filter and first filter, this value is not matching to this criteria. So because of that, it is giving it as a 0. Right? So undo this so that you know what it is. So this is my first filter, this is my second filter. First condition filter, this is my second condition filter. First second condition filter, this one is the first condition filter. Right. Now we move on to the next topic. Before I do move on, if you have a questions, please let me know. There is a person says, I'm not getting what you are teaching. So I think he is late. What you are explaining. So have you started, did you start early? So I didn't start early. I exactly started at 16 hours in my laptop. So what we are saying today is, we are trying to teach how to use conditional sum with set of conditions. So when we did that, we introduced beginning A, B, C, D, E, F, and then I replaced now C with A, D with B. I just replaced it and put it as an amount here. I like to add, first is we did it with a simple if, sum if. Sum if, we have done it with range that we want to total it up. That is what that you see it in the formula B3 to B8, that is the range, because that is the criteria range. So criteria range is this, I like to sum it up. Of value matching to 140. 140 is the value that I am trying to match it in this. So all 140s are added up. So here if I put 140, here if I put 140, these are all added up. So total you can see below 420 it is appearing. Because all 140s are only sum. This is the total of this. Total of this entire selection, that is 880. That is this. Right? Now what we did is 140 alone. So single if condition will only allow me to manage one set of range. I cannot have a multiple set of range. Single set of range I can do. That is single if. Next we have gone into